My name is Kakande Richard, and I am the head of policy and strategy at the Vegan Planet Africa. We are running this initiative about the animal welfare, and this time around we are focusing on the pig welfare. We are bringing out the latest research about how this category of animals being handled in Uganda. If you look at the recent data that we had about 2021, there was a projection of about 7.1 million pigs in Uganda, and this number has in a period of about 3 years it has grown to about 10 million pigs in the country. So we are much worried about the way they are handled, especially the shelters they're staying in, the water, the hygiene, the question of how they're being handled and transported. We have seen the hardest brutality during which these pigs suffer. The category of the sow, the mother pigs, we've seen how many of them have been slaughtered when they're having their babies. We've seen those that show the face of death on their own eyes during the moment of being slaughtered. So this documentary and the further stories, especially the interviews we're going to hear from the town council and the district veterinary officer, and that we've conducted from the office of the community development officer, as well as that from us who have gone to the ground, clearly show the picture of what we intend to portray. One of our key factors of putting out this project is mainly to suggest alternative policies as well as follow the law in the ambit of understanding how can we handle the animals better when they are still alive. How do we create an equal pattern of life for them? How can we be a heaven for the pigs meanwhile as they're still living with us? So that's why we are here. And what is cognizant of this program is the utmost point of the slaughter practices. You're going to be able to see the stories of the traditional methods which are being practiced outside the town areas, of pigs being axed on the head. Many of them are being subjected to painful sharp pangers, being pierced below their ears so that they can die. You've seen those which are set on fire when they are still alive, and all other practices. As well, we are also looking at those who have adopted the modern approaches of kind of biological. And I think the problem that we've studied is about the affordability of some of these technology and latest means that the people in the abattoir can use while killing pigs. But as well, we are looking at the veterinary perspective of what are the procedure, what is the welfare of animals generally in Uganda, what does the law say about animal suffering and animal cruelty. So the pigs being part of that family, we are sending a message as well as giving statistical data on what should be done, and many of the recommendations that we're providing in this research as well as the stories behind the scene is the policies that we've learned from other countries, because we aren't the only country that is keeping pig in Africa or in the world, and yet some of these procedures are not so difficult to be implemented here, out introduced and brought here. So as you've heard from a number of stakeholders that we visited, this documentary is an evolution as well as a revolution in how we can see and understand the pig welfare. I think the biggest problem that we faced with what is ought to be done and what is being done right now is the knowledge gap. Many of the stakeholders don't know what is supposed to be done, and that has been the biggest problem, that whereas others would have appreciated these ideas, especially the slaughter practices or the welfare of the animals, but they don't have this knowledge that is requisite for them to put them into practice. And at some level, especially on the industrial level, we realize that people don't have the much capital to invest into this kind of environment or the practices that should be better, especially while they are safeguarding these animals at home or wherever they're keeping them from, or on the farm and during the slaughtering time. So we are trying to make this analysis and make sure that we share it with the relevant stakeholders, both local and global, and to make sure that we have or bring it on board to continue removing the barriers that are limiting the flourishing of the animal welfare in Uganda. This is what the story is about.
In the rolling hills and bustling towns of Uganda, a quiet industry thrives: pig farming. Pigs are everywhere, behind homes, beside markets, down red dirt roads. They feed families, bring income, and also help people survive.
Erinnya nze Musisi Mike, omutuuze mu Katabi, Entebbe.
My name is Musisi Mike, a resident in Katabi, Entebbe, and I'm the founder of Aifaw, Uganda. The reason as to why I'm here is to talk about an animal called pig. Pigs here in Uganda, people see them as animals that have no value, and yet it's an animal that people would wish to be next to. But because of its behavior and its appearance, people violate it. They violate it from transportation, handling, and in feeding. They overcrowd them in pennies, 3 to 4 pigs. They suffer from there. They don't feed well. They don't enjoy themselves. And yet, animals would have been in big spaces where they can get and enjoy everything. But because here in Uganda people don't care about good animal care, they see pigs as theirs to violate. Because they think pigs don't have any importance and only humans do. So we condemn these actions of violating the rights of these animals called pigs, and we beg those that are concerned to add more energy to see that they can improve the well-being of all animals, mainly these pigs, because they have their rights and they have to be respected. When they are transported to slaughterhouses, they are tied, they cry, and in moments of slaughter, they feel much pain, and these people are not actually bothered. We beg that these people get mercy in their hearts and put themselves in the image of these pigs, because we all know we need the life and we all have blood. It is not proper to treat and violate these pigs because they also need their rights. So we beg those that are concerned to help us fight this behavior, to see that every animal earns their rights and respect.
Recent years, pig farming has grown faster than any other livestock sector. Hailed as a quick solution for poverty, but what happens when swift growth brings not just profit, but hidden suffering?
Okay, erinnya nze Mutimba Martin, nga kuno manyikiddwa nnyo ng'omulimi. Okulima si kyekimbeezaawo kyokka.
My name is Mutimba Martin, and I'm a most known farmer here. Farming is not the only thing that I depend on, but mostly I grow things like cassava, and when you look, you can see my garden.
Okusingira ddala okulunda embizi zitubeezaawo nnyo ffe ng'abalimi era twenyumiriza mu kulunda.
Apart from farming, we do a lot of things like rearing and mostly pigs, because they help us survive as farmers and we are proud of it.
Ebizibu ffe ng'abalunzi ebiteebereka bipitirivu ddala, olumu zibbibwa bingi ddala, naye leero ekisinza okunkuba ewala badde nnyina embizi yange badde etuuse.
A pig is one of the animals that generates many profits, and in many years I have reared them. I don't regret, though we find many challenges as farmers. Sometimes they are stolen and there are really many. Recently, I just sold one of my pigs, but I was left emotional on how it was handled.
n'agisiba edo kwegamba n'agivuga nga tawulirirako ddala bulumi mweyitaba okugitambuza okutuuka gy'eraga.
It was treated in a bad way when being transported. The man put the pig on the motorcycle in a bad way while tying it tightly, and it was driven in a lot of pain to transport it for a long distance. Because where we are, it can take up to 2 miles to reach the main road.
Kyekimu ku bisolo ebisinga owooma era gyettanirwa bangi era ogenda kukoko gy'oyita olaba ebifo bijjuliza ddala, naye at least teziyisibwa mu ngeri mbi bwe ziba nga zitwalibwa, ziyisibwe mu ngeri ennungi.
And because of that, I was not happy at all. So my message to all people that transport pigs: fine, they are sweet, we eat them and many people go for it. But don't treat them in a bad way while transporting. Don't beat them.
Okwetegereza okulaba ekisolo ekyo nga kiyisibwa mu ngeri etali nnungi mazima ddala. So government yandivuddeyo neteekawo amateeka amakakali.
My message to the government is at least it should come out regarding the rights and the welfare of these animals, to fight for them because they are treated in a very bad way. So it should come out and create very strict laws on their transportation, feeding and slaughtering, because these laws can help to improve the welfare of farmed animals.
Okusinga okuli ekintu nga kikwatiddwa mu ngeri embi, kitambuzibwa bubi, n'endiisibwa abalimi abamu tebaziriisa bulungi, kuba kati nze ndi mulimi.
Because even if you're eating, it feels good when this animal was healthy and handled in a better way. Let them eat well, feed well, and also to farmers, please take care of your animals.
Etategerekeka, abagisala mu ngeri etategerekeka, n'entambuzibwa y'embizzi ebeewo nga nnambulukufu. Omulanga gw'enkuba gavumenti eve tuyambe.
Behind the pork on the plate is a reality few have dared to look at. A hidden world, a brutal one. What unfolds is not fiction, not exaggeration. It's what happens when life becomes profit and suffering becomes a routine. A pregnant pig stands on trembling legs. Her belly swells with life, but the knife still comes. No pause, no mercy. Around her, the wounded drag themselves through their own blood. Ropes cut flesh, mouths tied so tightly, breathing is punishment. The lucky ones stand still. The unlucky sleep in the blood of their kin. There are no gentle hands, no clean floors, no end in peace. In the eyes of the pigs, there is something deeper than the pain. There is pleading, prayer. Few realize these animals are as intelligent as the dogs we cherish, capable of joy and affection, even complex grief. But here, the language of suffering is drawn in silence. Long before slaughter, the journey begins. Tied, tossed, and stacked like sacks, pigs are forced into tight wooden crates, trucks, and bicycles. Legs cramp, bodies press, air grows thin. Amid overcrowding and exhaustion, some collapse before they arrive. No water, no rest, no comfort. Transport kills almost as surely as the blend. For these pigs, the journey is nothing less than torment.
This is not a butcher, it's an abattoir. We are the suppliers. Then where they take the meat, it's the butcher. This abattoir is 6 years old, and we also have another one somewhere else.
Tulina netwagenda netumala netukolera waliwo katabi bagita pokosapulaya netubba netufuneyo naye netumaliriza natwe netuba katukola eno yaffe kati mwetongola twetongola kati kuza ku expense gyolina olunaku eno.
We have the one called pork supplier in Entebbe and another one in Kabale.
So mu wiki tutembizi bwezi kale kati omugatte gwosobola okugwegattira naye nga kinsobola okuwa ekifaananyi.
In total, you can add by yourself, but what I can tell you is that when you have many orders, we can slaughter 7, 8 or 12 pigs daily. So you can add that for weekly total. When you have an order that requires much meat or for longer distances, we wake up at exactly 5 a.m. in the morning and prepare our water and start slaughtering, because we can't work on them without hot water. Even if we don't have meat here, we are still in touch with other abattoirs and they can provide us with meat. You asked me about receiving guidelines or training, but honestly, we have not had that, and I don't think that it is even there in other abattoirs, unless you start teaching us and showing it to people.
At the end of the line, death waits without dignity. Uganda's slaughterhouses bare of conscience post no gentle endings. Pigs are forced to watch others be killed. They stand ankle deep in warm blood. Some scream, others fall silent, their minds broken before their bodies. Still breathing, many are pushed into scalding water, alive, awake, burning. Their cries echo, but no one listens. Men work like machines, numbered, hurried, hardened.
Amanya gange bampita Mulindo Richard. Kati myaka ebiri.
My name is Melinda Richard. I have worked in this butcher for 2 years now.
Kwanze na mulufu ntero laba. Bakyazukola batyo.
What I think is that things have changed regarding slaughtering, because these days in the abattoirs, they catch tails and the other catch the ear and the head, and then they slaughter with the panga and the social.
Baziwagala buli lunaku. Era kyemmanyi nabo era bajagala naye engeri kyemmanyi ensawo tebasobozesa. Engeri kati economy yaffe engeri kyali wansi.
Our economy is still low, so we can't afford innovative machines that help us in decreasing pain.
Nekakola akatinitini nasobola. Era kyemmanyi mu myaka gye bujja bayinza okugezaako bikopo. Era kyemmanyi waliwo n'ababina naye nga abasingira ddala.
The money is too much for us, but I think in years to come, we will adapt.
Ndowooza yalingawo nga bino ebimu ebiwagala obulungi tebinajja, nga bakyali ku mayinja, kitegeera. Kati nga tayinza kumala budde kuwagala jambiya.
If I think why they do like that, it's because it's done in a local way, with stones, pangas, and it is easier because it was for our ancestors, and it has changed a bit, I think.
Kubanga balinga tebalina bima biwagala bulungi by then. Kati enkola kati yali abajjajjaffe abagenda bakyusa, tugenda tukyukamu katonotono. Bagenda kati bafuna binene ebyokuwagala.
These pigs take long to die since the methods used are local, and this of course makes them be in a lot of pain, because at this time all muscles are still working and active.
Ekyo kubanga erimu akawuda kye bayita kikyakyala, kitegeera ekintu kiba kifudde naye nga muscle zikyakola, entunuusi ziba zikyakola naye nga yo already kiba kyafudde dda. Era nze kati kyemmanyi abalufuta tebalonda ensolo bazijja maka g'abantu era nannyini nsolo.
They get pigs from farms in villages and then we buy from them, but some farmers treat them well and some don't, and some love them too. The starters and the unexperienced deal with them by force because they want to finish in a short time.
Ye kati aba ayagala gikwasa force asobole otambula aveewo. Ye kati abantu abalina experience balina engeri gye bazikwatamu, n'agikwata bulungi n'agisiba n'agiteeka oba ku piki oba ku motoka asobola ogitransportinga bulungi.
Each year, more than 3 million pigs are killed in Uganda. Fewer than 5% are stand fast.
My name is Priscilla Nagawa Benda, the Community Development Officer, Katavi Town Council. If I'm to look at piggery, at a broader picture, the way you would want to keep your home clean is how I would wish that we keep the sty also. Because with that, it will reduce on infections, it will reduce on the bacterias. Then also the shelters, they need to be spaced well. The sty needs to be spaced well so that they can loiter well, so that they can, they have enough space. And in most cases, in my community, I've realized that at times since, it's deemed to be, I should say, a dirty animal in terms of some people who do not eat it, but also those that take care of it. If you want to benefit from it, take care of it like the way you would take care of a goat or a cow, or even your home generally, so that if other people are to come, there is something they can emulate from it. Then I believe that they should be given food in time, like any other animal. Let us not starve them. Personally, I've never had a pig cry, but what do I recommend is that let us give them food in time, let us give them water in time, let us keep their feeding space clean, because that is the only way that we shall benefit from them. Every time we say that we are into piggery rearing, we are into piggery, let us give it our best, because that is the only way we shall benefit from it. Let us always make sure that at least we have vast knowledge on how to look after these animals, and also in terms of their movement, if maybe they're going for slaughter, let us, even when they're animals, they also have their rights, let us always transport them in the right way, which is befitting, because at the end of the day, if you're not yet ready to slaughter that animal, at least as you're carrying it to a slaughterhouse, carry it in a decent way, because if you do not have pity towards the animal that that is going to give you money, or the animal that you've been taking care of, then how will you be able to take care of other animals or even other people around you? Because these animals, they do not speak, they do not talk, but when you spend much time with them, you learn a lot from them. So let us look after these animals as if we are their friends. Because if you do that, if you interest yourself with that, that is the only way that you're able to give it good care. Because at the end of the day, that is when you're going to benefit from it. In the slaughterhouses, what am I telling those people who work there? In the abattoirs where they slaughter the animals from? Let us keep them clean, because we know this is food that we are going to sell to the world, to the community. Let us sell things which are clean. Let us make sure that the pork is inspected before it leaves the abattoir. If the animal is sick, please let us not sell it out to the community, because at the end of the day, it affects people in the community. So what am I calling us to do generally is that the way we would love these other animals, let us give that same care to the pigs the same way.
Every moment of cruelty is accompanied by something even more pervasive. a silence that echoes across farms, markets, and slaughterhouses. A silence born not from lack of pain, but from the world's refusal to see, to listen, to change. It is easy to look away, to let custom blind us, to let profit or hunger justify the unimaginable. Each pig's scream is a language, every wound a word in a story. We tell ourselves not to heal, but ignorance is never innocent. The choice not to know is the choice that allows suffering to thrive in.
I'm Dr. Chavagu Martin Kimera, the veterinary officer in charge of Katabi Town Council. So when we talk of management essentially includes various factors, both the environmental and then physical factors. Okay? So some of these factors that we are going to look at that ensure that the pigs you are rearing, you get what you want out of such pigs, but of course when you are maintaining the welfare of the animal, some of the factors you have to look at are housing, feeding, breeding, health factors, and then we also look at record keeping.
Behind closed doors, brutality flourishes. When no eyes watch, no laws are enforced, and no hearts intervene. This is the cost of ignorance, a cost paid in lives, in agony, and in the erosion of our own humanity. Uganda has the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, but on farms, in markets, and back alleys, it vanishes. Only 5 inspectors oversee thousands of slaughterhouses. Enforcement becomes a whisper in a hurricane. Fines, when issued, often cost less than a single pig. No routine training, no regular inspections, no accountability. In this silence, cruelty flourishes. Without awareness, no justice. Without justice, only more blood. For every life ended, a question remains, one that lingers not in the markets or the plates, but deep in the heart of a nation. Who are we when we allow the vulnerable to be broken for our convenience? No amount of law, no act of ignorance can erase what has been witnessed and now must be acknowledged. There is no comfort in it, only delayed justice. This story haunts those who hear it. It demands that indifference becomes impossible, that silence becomes action. The path forward is not written in hope alone, but in the weight of the responsibility, in the demand that cruelty ends not someday, but now. The fate of these animals and the future of our own conscience are one and the same burdens that we must finally face. These pigs are not nameless, not senseless, not worthless. They felt every kick, every silence, every scream. They remember they deserve more.